What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're doing another quick unboxing video. Just got this box in from KC Spiron, aka Nice Fast, and I believe this one's coming in via the Lefty EDC Knife Pass around. So check out both channels, Nice Fast and Lefty EDC. And of course, the purpose of this video is to share my first impressions reaction with the knife in here. You may already know based on the title and thumbnail, but just know that I'm going in a little bit blind. I don't know exactly which knife is going to be in here, so you'll get a chance to see my first impressions, reactions, and things like that. Doing the honors today, we got the just recently unboxed Ketuo Ventr, and this is a budget knife from them, $55. You get a button lock, a liner lock. Check this out. As I'm pressing the button, it also works as a liner, but it can, individually also work as a liner too, which is pretty cool. Super, super cool. For $55, I mean, even the G10 is milled and you got a diamond pattern on it. Like, come on. They're doing too much for 55 bucks. So awesome knife. I'm having a blast carrying this one, to say the least. So let's go ahead and make a cut here. Of course, this knife and every other knife that you see in this video will be linked down below. So if you're interested on checking prices, availability, right, all that good stuff, then definitely check those links. But let's see here. All right, bam. All right. We are talking, let's see how many knives. We have one knife, we have two knives. It's certainly looking a lot like two knives for sure. There's one upside down from QSP. All right. And there's another one there from QSP. Let's take a look. Get the box out of the way here. We have two models. We have the Unicorn and we have the Vault. All right, the Unicorn and the Vault. Let's check out the Vault. This one is a 14C28N blade, two-tone finish, stone wash, satin silver, bolster tan, micarta handle. Right, try to say that 10 times fast. Here we go. Without further ado, right, we got the box. We got the wolf sticker right there. Better knife, better life. Then we have the Have a Knife Day with the QSP Penguin, which is one of their most popular models, by the way. And last but not least, here's an outline of the Vault, right? Very nice, very interesting. We got the glide lock on this one, which we're about to take a closer look at here in just a moment. The glide lock, that's cool. And yeah, let's just go ahead and check out this thing here, shall we? Here we go. Get it out of that plastic bag there, and bam, right? First impressions, right? What is what did they say this was? Aluminum or brass? I'm getting pulled, but I think it's from the liners inside. It just says silver bolsters is what the box says. Silver bolsters, brown micarta, okay? And it looks like we got some thumb studs, okay? And we have the glide lock, which is very interesting. It's in a way, okay, based on what I'm seeing, it's a sort of a, okay, it is a it is a type of crossbar lock, right? That makes sense, but it's pretty neat and awesome here the way they executed this one. This one is a Jacob Lundquist design, by the way, so that's pretty neat. And the pocket clip is going to be reversible on this one. All you have to do is unscrew this guy and mount it on the other side. So let's just go ahead and get this this thing open here, shall we? Bam. All right, that was a snappy open. All right. Honestly, that feels oddly satisfying, to say the least. It's just the fact that it is metal, right? That is cool. That's very nice. I'm really loving the acoustics already on the way back. So overcoming. So this is one crossbar lock that really, like, you have to overcome quite a bit. So you know how most people talk about, crossbar locks don't have a detent? Well, this guy, I'll tell you that right now, definitely has. They managed to make it have a detent. It doesn't, of course, probably doesn't have an actual detent ball in that sense, right? But the effect of what a detent does, right? Building resistance until the event horizon takes place, right? Look at that. Wow, that is very, very nicely executed. I mean, again, I'll just pull out the Raccoon here for a second, right? The pull on this, it's a little bit on the softer side. Whereas here, obviously, it's a little bit more stiffer. right? Quite a bit stiffer there to say the least. And I wonder if this thing is working on Omega springs or not. It'll be interesting to see that and where that's housed, because I don't see any Omega springs from this angle, so it'll probably have to be somewhere between these silver bolsters and the liners. But yeah, I'll probably talk a little bit more about that during the review. What is satisfying is that is a heck of an opening right there. And on the return, ooh, it feels really good on the return. Not to mention that the glide lock, aka crossbar lock here, has jimping going on both sides, right? This jimping right here feels very, very satisfying. Most companies just go for the, you know, the round sort of studs for a crossbar lock. And again, there's nothing wrong against that. The Raccoon is one of the most popular Vosteed models, and the version to get is the crossbar lock, and it's nice and comfortable. But this is a different approach, right? They give you sort of like a whole platform with enough jimping, so like the entire portion of your fingers, really, your thumb and index finger, regardless of whether you're a lefty or a righty, right? You can get plenty of grip on that glide lock, sort of pill-shaped button on each side. I'll tell you, this feels so satisfying. I'm not sure if it's coming across on camera or not, but the fact that it just smacks hard on the way back, right? Just listen to this. All right, that's pretty neat. So let's move on from that for a moment. Yeah, of course, you could deploy with the glide lock or crossbar lock. You can thumb deploy it, and you can reverse flick. Okay, the reverse flick here might be off of the meat of the index finger. Not necessarily my favorite way to do it, so I'll probably steer clear. If I try to do it from the nail of my middle finger, then I'll probably see I end up sliding off. Yeah, so for me, it's going to be a thumb deployer in in a crossbar lock or glide lock deployment for the most part. But that is pretty sweet right there. So let's talk ergonomics for a moment, right? Let's talk ergonomics. So ergonomically speaking, it feels good on hand, right? It feels very nice, very premium on hand. I'm typically not a fan of pocket clips that give you a little bit of a 90-degree little peak right here, like this one does, right? That tends to stab you in the palm, especially if you have larger hands. Now, I have medium average hands, so I'm lucky enough where the peaky section is just outside of my palm there, so it's not too bad. That feels like a good 9, right? 8.5, 9 out of 10. But if I had any bigger hands, right, at some point I end up like this. And I know for a fact, based on prior experiences with other pocket clips that have it this way, right, that definitely becomes a little bit uncomfortable, and you do get stabbed by those, by the sharp angle, by the sharp 90-degree angle. So give you an example. Here's how the Civivi Sentinel strike did it, right? They do the same thing, right? Where you could, unscrew one thing and just flip it over the other side. But you see how it's nice and rounded on this side, right? So if they had done that, then that would have definitely made, in my opinion, a difference. All right, I'll let you guys take a look there for yourself so you can see what I'm talking about between those two pocket clips, right? A little pokey right there, nice and curved here. This is more the way to go, in my opinion. But again, not a deal breaker in any way, shape, or form. It still feels good on the hand, good jimping here, right? Bam, and then the best part, you can forward choke on this thing, boom. And you're good to go. Probably when you're locked in, right? That forward choke position, then you're definitely farther away from the pocket clip, so it's not too bad from that standpoint. Check out the beautiful drop point blade on this one, and this is one savage looking grind right here. I want to say this looks like a belt satin finish, to say the least, which looks phenomenal if you ask me. Definitely looks the business right there. 14C28N. It is stone wash on this side and belt satin finish on this side, which is nice. That's what they meant by two-tone blade on the box. And this one has the QSP triangle going on there, which is in a way their fancier line of QSP. So most QSPs have the little flame with the letters QSP on it, like on this Unicorn that we just looked at, by the way. Check out the unboxing on that one if you haven't already. But when you get a QSP with the triangle there, you know you have a little bit, some extra of the extra sauce there. They still put the QSP logo here on the blade. And then the only other thing billboarding wise on the other side is 14C28N and the Jacob Lundquist design right there. Well, so very nice, very solid. Let's do some size comparisons on this bad boy, shall we? Let's do the usuals here in the channel. Here we go. PM2 and Para 3. All right, definitely more Para 3 size for sure. Definitely has a longer cutting edge than the Para 3 at the same time. Here's the Demko AD 20.5 and the smaller brother, the Shark Cub. So the Vault is going to be a little bit longer than the AD 20.5, but still more or less pretty comparable. You guys be the judge there. Take a look. Here's the Demko AD 20.5 and the Sentinel Strike. Sentinel Strike, of course, is going to be much bigger. It's more comparable to the Vision FG, but the Vision FG is just a tad bit bigger. Here's that popular CJRB Pyrite and also popular Vosteed Raccoon. Very comparable to the Raccoon, which also happens to be a crossbar lock knife as well. And last but not least, here's the QSP Walrus, and here is the QSP Unicorn, right? So the Unicorn is actually going to be very comparable size-wise. Right, take a look there for yourself. About, you know, very, very similar length. Perhaps arguably a taller blade, not by much. Perhaps thicker handle. I mean, it's a more or less the same. Whereas the Walrus is a trailing point with a curved handle. But again, just want to showcase some other QSP models. Just unbox the unicorns. Check out the unboxing video after this one if you haven't already. I'll leave a card at the end. But man, the main thing that I'm satisfied with on this knife is the execution of the glide lock. So my feedback to QSP is, yes, this right here is a huge win, right? Give us more of this. Give us more of this. This glide lock works really nice. Really digging it. And again, most companies by now are all doing a crossbar lock style knife since Benchmade's Axis lock patent expired, right? A lot of companies are dipping their toes into a crossbar lock knife. And this one, just the execution of this one, again, this is first impressions. This is not a review in any way, shape, or form, but I can tell you the first impressions are sweet, right? This definitely very, very impressive. The fact that it also snaps in back in like that, that tells you everything you need to know, especially if you are the type of individual who have always been like, well, you know, a crossbar lock, they're cool, I guess, but they don't have a D10, so I don't get the same satisfaction because it's missing a D10. Well, you should definitely try this one because this one will overcome the whole D10 argument on a crossbar lock, period. Like that's just, the argument goes out the window here because they managed to create the whole D10 effect on here. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So let's do our scientific cutting test then. Of course, let's see here. We're going to cut some paper and some cardboard. I'm going to forward choke on this bad boy. Ooh, sweet. We have a very toothy edge there, to say the least. Let's get some full slices. Bam. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Let's go. 4. Bam. 5. All right. Yeah, definitely going to cut some paper. There's no surprises there. What about some cardboard? I got some everyday cardboard right here, right? Single wall cardboard. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular like this, but rather at an angle. And it's going to look something like this. I'm going to forward choke here, and bam. By the way, this is a flat grind, in case I haven't mentioned that already. Almost a full flat grind, but, you know, the line where it ends is right here. It's also a pretty decently thin edge, right? Not the thinnest, but also not very thick at all. And yeah, it puts in work, as you can see. Holy smokes. And it's 14C28N. Again, doing the business on this knife. Holy macaroni. Bam. Now there's a section here that is dual cardboard, right? You'll see how it goes through it here in just a moment, right? Dual cardboard hoop. It don't care. It don't care about how dual cardboard or whatever. It's still gonna cut it regardless. Man, this thing is cutting like nobody's business, to say the least. Holy crap. So the fact that you can forward choke on it gives you a little bit more control of the blade. And this blade looks savage, savage. You guys let me know in the comments, rate it on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is this guy? Let me know. Let me know. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the QSP Vault. And man, I think they definitely gave it a very fitting name. That glide lock there definitely feels locked like a bolt. I'm not going to be the only one to make that joke on YouTube, I'm sure, but I figure I'll get it in while I can. At least hopefully I'm one of the first ones. But man, that is rock solid. No up and down, no side to side play of any kind whatsoever. And by the way, here's that crossbar lock in action once again, right? Notice when I pull back on here, right, you can see the crossbar moving back, right, releasing the blade. And it's on ball bearings too, by the way, so you have very smooth action here, which is nice. And by the way, just that thunk in the back right here, that is that is a whole different experience right there, I'll tell you that. So yeah, definitely really loving this one. Great first impressions, but again, this is not a review video. This is just an unboxing, first impressions, first reactions video. I'm going to be carrying this knife here for quite some time. I'm going to be trying to gather as much feedback as I possibly can, and then I'm going to be coming back to you with a comprehensive review here very shortly. Trying to share with you as much feedback as I've been able to gather on this knife. But definitely subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so you can stay up to speed, and also you'll be notified when that review drops. If you got value out of the video so far, smashing that like button will be greatly appreciated. Also helps this video reach a larger audience here within YouTube. And if you want to support the channel a step further, there's a link for Patreon down below, or you can simply support the channel right here on YouTube, where you can become a member and get access to exclusive perks. Check out the unboxing right there on your left of the QSP Walrus, or check out the video card on the QSP Unicorn on your right side right there, so you can check either video next, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me until the end. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.